Welcome back to Digital Trends live coverage of CES right here, live from Las Vegas this year, 2018, a huge year for tech. And sitting with us at the table, Greg Nibbler, back again, to talk about the latest in technology. This is going to be a lot of fun today.
Yes, I am so excited again about this interview. I know I've been saying that about everything because everything is so exciting here at CES, but last year we got to see this product in action, and it is here again this year. And I'm talking about a Mech, an actual gigantic machine that you can climb in and move around in. They can probably give a much better description than that, but it is amazing. And we are here with the two gentlemen from Furrion.
Yes, the founders, Matt and Aaron Fidler. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Great, thanks, how you doing?
Fellow Aussies, actually. You are completely outnumbered at the table now.
I figured it would happen this way.
So you have an amazing setup here at CES. I walked past it, and not only do you see a 15 feet tall Mech exoskeleton, but then next to it you see these giant, they almost look like Transformer RVs that are so decked out and futuristic. Let's talk about some of the technology and how far you've come in a matter of 12 months with Furrion.
Well, we've come a long way, and the team has done a great job. We've put a lot of work into getting to where we have. Basically, we've just focused all our energy on trying to think further into the future, and you know, we launched a few products last year, and we've taken it to the new level. The new launch of Hercules and Limitless RVs. This show is the latest craze, and also the evolution of the Mech, which you've seen in a video that we have going of the new technology.
Well, it's amazing just in the last year, because you had the Mech here last year, and I know it was still very much in a prototype stage as far as what you were able to do with it, and now with this video that you put out, you've shown it. I mean, it's actually moving quickly across like a desert landscape that you added out in there. Looked very futuristic. It looked like it could be in a movie. But it's really cool that you've come this far. So now you've got this Mech running, but you're thinking even bigger with a Mech racing league. Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
Well, the team has done a great job. I mean, you know, we're pioneering a new industry, new technology, and there's been some challenges, and they've come a long way, and now, like, it's finally taking its first steps, and the team is going to spend the next 12 months in the desert, like, improving the technology and pilot training, because there's a connection between the machine and the pilot. So they have to become one, and the training is quite important. So once we're happy with the level we're at with the technology and the human training, the pilot training, the next step is to build a second Mech or a third Mech, and then within 2 years, hopefully, we launch the first X1 Mech Racing League.
I have the biggest dumb grin on my face, because this is the kind of things that you watch in science fiction, or when you're playing in video games, you see this kind of equipment, and it's so futuristic, and it always felt like, cool, that'll happen one day. But it's happening right now, and my favorite thing is building an exoskeleton and a Mech like this, the first thing that you think is, we need to race them. Like, is this the goal, to have a team and to make this like the next big sport?
You know, the vision is, you know, we're looking at the future. We want to try to create future sports. So, you know, Mech racing is definitely on the cards as the main race. There's going to be a lot of different types of sports come from it.
Where did you come up with this idea?
So it was actually an inventor named Jonathan Tippett was working on his vision 10 years ago. Been working on this for a while, and Furrion, we came together and saw his vision and his passion, and we formed an alliance and founded the Exobonics division, and worked together to create a reality.
Is this the latest Mech called Prosthesis? Is that the one?
Prosthesis, yep.
Tell us about Prosthesis.
Well, Prosthesis is the name of the Mech.
Right.
It's the actual name of this model Mech.
So bigger, faster.
Yeah. So this Mech is the first pilot, the first prototype. So it's called Prosthesis, and I don't know what the next one's going to be called, but each one is going to have its own name.
So right now you're just focused on improving
prosthesis, yeah.
And where you're at. So just to describe for anybody who doesn't know, like, how tall is this? How heavy is this?
It's about 8,000 pounds, and it's about 15 feet tall.
There it is.
So it's basically a transformer that you
It looks like a transformer.
It does. It's so exciting. So for this racing league, the idea, and I granted, you know, I love that you're forward thinking with this, where you're just like, no, we're going to found this. we don't know how we're really going to do it, but this is what's going to happen. We're starting a racing league. How do you see that going forward, where people would make their own mechs, or they would come to Furrion, and then you buy a mech and train that way? Like, any idea on that vision?
We hope to spark innovation into the technology and into the sport. In the beginning, we'd create new teams, new sponsorship. Hopefully, we get sponsorship like companies creating teams. We want to keep the innovation flowing and keep it moving more exciting and into the future.
It is the future, and I've seen a lot of, I have to bring up video games like Titanfall and movies starring Tom Cruise like Live, Die, Repeat, where they're actually using these exoskeletons in warfare and, as the super soldier kind of status. Could it evolve there eventually? Is this are these the inventions that will save our country from alien invasions?
I guess we think outside the box, but I don't think we're that far.
Yes.
But it sounds fun. But I think that the military is focusing on taking humans out of warfare rather than into warfare.
A couple of questions on YouTube too. I just noticed asking how it's powered. It's battery powered, correct?
Powered by lithium batteries. Yep.
How long does that last? So you're in there.
It depends. It depends on the terrain, but upwards of 90 minutes, depending on the terrain.
Okay, 90 minutes. That's a good solid.
It has about 200 kilograms, or it's like 300 pounds of.
So the intention, if you've got such a short time, and the intention is to have long haul A to B races where you have energy stops along the way, almost like a pit stop in a Formula One racing league. So as you pull into the pit stop along that way, and you change out the batteries real quick, and there's pits team there, and then off you go again for another 90 minutes.
How long are you anticipating a race to go? Like what distance?
It could be long-term endurance. It could be very short race right now. So there's all kinds of opportunities that we can do. And we haven't
It depends on the pilot as well. You need to be an athlete to control it. So it's endurance. You need to be quite fit. It's depending on how long the athlete can long as well.
Are you physically handling the suit?
Yes,
is it? So you need that strength?
It's 100% human controlled. There's no computer control at all. It's fully controlled by your emotions.
I'm ruled out, aren't I? I don't think I can operate that. Dreams are being broken on the spot.
Henry is asking where can he sign up?
Yes, now that I'm out.
So going forward, what's the next step for you guys with this?
Well, the next step is to continually develop the technology, train in the desert, get the pilots more in line with the machine, and then build the next mechs, and then have the first mech race.
What's the
and launch it to the world?
What's the fastest you think you can get these
It's
going?
designed to go to about 20 mile an hour, 30 kilometers an hour. Obviously, as we progress and build the technology, the future will get faster and faster. It's just a matter of innovation and more R&D.
What has been the general feedback from CES and people walking past your booth looking at this giant exoskeleton?
Well, they love it. What do you think?
Everyone loves it. What's not to love? So, yeah, it's great. It creates a lot of hype around Furrion and the brand, and everyone believes in the vision. They believe in us, and that's really what matters most to us, is people understanding us and buying into the vision and just wanting this to happen. I think everyone wants this to happen more than us nearly.
So jumping from something like an exoskeleton to an RV and luxury sort of vehicles.
I guess last year out of CES we launched Elysium, which is our concept motorhome with the helicopter on the back there, and we exploded out of CES in 2017. We expanded quite a lot. We opened up a new technology center in the US, and as well as R&D facilities throughout China and Hong Kong. So, we progressed very nicely, and we, obviously we want to do something new and special here. So we designed and engineered a new concept fleet called Hercules and Limitless, and together they combine a 4G smart connected home on the road. So, it's quite innovative. It's very smart, and it's just there to showcase our capability as a design and engineering company in all things IoT and in all things tech. So.
I'm just picturing this would be the ultimate tour bus for bands to travel around in, because it's got things like hot tubs, it's got connected televisions.
I've been in it. It is amazing.
Can we talk about...
It's nicer than my house. It's pretty amazing.
What are some of the favorite aspects that you've applied to the RV? What's your favorite thing?
I think the latest version would be the Furrion 4G data network that's really opening up the capabilities of what's inside that RV, you know. So once we were able to obtain that technology and apply that to that particular concept vehicle, we'll be able to add in everything IoT within that unit, and also with the boosted technology that we have in that unit, and you know, in more remote areas, you have more stable connectivity, so you're able to, you know, stream high definition entertainment on your Furrion systems and your Furrion TVs.
I know we've got a lot of information about this too on the website, because
yes.
I know we've been sending people over there at digitaltrends.com/CES. We can check out some of this. I think I'm going to stop by here in just a minute.
I have to go back. It's absolutely amazing and it's mind-blowing. Guys, thank you so much for bringing the future to us right here at CES. Coming up, though, we're going to be chatting to the guys behind Samsung. Obviously, they've been launching new TVs. We'll be hearing all about them coming up next.